Capricorn, this is your horoscope for the month of June. Before I jump into it, I just want to remind you that I do offer individual forecasts for monthly basis, weekly, daily, whatever it is you're looking for, and that would be based off of your personal birth chart. So make sure to check out my website, astrologygrace.com, for more personal, in-depth forecasts. I also offer birth chart readings and love readings. But let's jump right into this. So, Cappies, for you, the sun is going to start off in your 6th house this month, and around the 21st, it's going to move into your 7th house. And for Mercury, it's going to start off in your 6th, and then on the 13th, it's going to move into your 7th, and it's going to end the month around the 29th in your 8th house. And then you have Venus, and that is going to start off for you in your 7th house, and on the 14th, it'll move into your 8th. And then we have Mars, which for you is going to be in your 2nd house the entire month of June. So as far as the outer planets go, we just had a big transition with Uranus, transitioning from Aries to Taurus. And there's not going to be any super big transitions going on with any of the outer planets this month. A lot of them are still going to be in retrograde and will be for the next few months. I also want to say, because I got a question or two the last round of horoscopes, that these are meant for anybody, any age. They're intended for any age group, whether you're a kid, a teenager, an adult, or an older adult, I guess you would call it. But it doesn't matter if you're working, if you're in school, if you're not working, if you're involved in a group. If I'm referring to work, it's just anything that you are, putting effort into and trying to be productive in or better yourself in, whether that's school, whether that's a 9-to-5 job, or whether that's an organization you're involved in, or just the fact that you're taking, your health more seriously, or you're getting into a, workout routine, something along those lines. It could be anything. So don't think that I am discriminating against any age group. So Capricorn, with the sun in your 6th house in the beginning of the month, you're going to be focused on your lifestyle, and your wellness. You might start a new exercise routine. You might be eating healthier. Demands with your work life might be high during this time, and even though it is high, you might find yourself joining some kind of volunteer work, or you might get a pet, or have, the area of your life involved with pets. If you do have a pet, that might be highlighted in some way. You're going to take pride in the work that you do, and like I said, whether that's work you're doing with school, work you're doing with your health, the work you're doing with a job, or, a goal that you have for yourself, you're going to take pride in that, and it's going to be important to you. This is a really good time to build skills, to get yourself organized, and to tend to your well-being, whether that's physical or mental. And it's also a great time to kind of improve your routines. If something is not working for you, maybe you're staying up too late at night and you want to start getting to bed earlier. Or maybe it's as simple as finding a shortcut to work that saves you 5 minutes out of your day, or taking a little extra time in the morning to have some me time. Anything, it could be simple or it could be drastic, but making changes to your daily routine is definitely, this is a good time for that. Or, it might just happen without you even being conscious of it. It might just happen without you meaning for it to happen. So you might have some routine changes coming up in the first half of June. You're going to really try to be efficient during the first half of June, and you're going to be a little bit of a perfectionist. You're just going to really strive for perfection, so don't be too hard on yourself, but you are going to really want to crack down and get some goals accomplished. As the sun moves into your 7th house, like I said, around the 21st, relationships are going to come more into focus. So you've been focused on your own routine, your own daily life, and your own habits, and then you're going to transition into having a highlight on the relationship aspect of your life, whether that's a love relationship, romantic, or a relationship with a friend or a family member, even a coworker, or even, acquaintances. But it's going to be highlighted. You're going to be trying to find time to connect with people and to strengthen your relationship. You might have some conflict during this time in your relationship, so it's going to be, your job to kind of work out any conflicts by trying to compromise. You're just going to find yourself putting more effort in this department. It'll be good for you if you're trying to achieve anything, to have somebody to kind of shoot around ideas with. That if you're trying to go for some goals and maybe you're a little stuck, having another person during this time to help you kind of sift through what you're trying to do could be very helpful. Talking to people that you're close with and not taking the load as you typically can, Capricorns, all on your own shoulders. It's good to kind of let at least someone you're close to know what's going on in your life. If you work with people one-on-one, maybe you're a therapist, or you're involved with working with clients or other people, or you're in a group project at school with one other person, you volunteer somewhere and you work with people, this will be an especially busy time for you. So Mercury is going to start off in the 6th house, and again, you know, you're going to be feeling more productive than you have been, and you might like miss the bigger picture because you're so focused in on the details and making everything perfect. So just don't be so hard on yourself and just see the bigger picture at hand if possible. It will just help you gain some perspective. If you're looking for a new job, this is a really good time to find one. And exercise can really help, whatever exercise you're into, to like settle some anxiety that you might be having, or just trying to, you know, put some healthy whole foods into your body might help that as well. And because Mercury is in the 6th house, it's also showing that it's a really good time to like sort out the details in your life. You know, like make some lists of your goals, pay bills you might have forgotten to pay in May, you know, sort out your mail, organize some stuff in your house. So it's a good time to just kind of do stuff like that. You might have like a lot of appointments going on during this time, whether it's, you know, a doctor's appointment or work appointments, school appointments, anything along those lines might be coming up. As far as productivity goes, you know, you will be more productive, but you definitely will find yourself being a little bit more distracted by like talking to other people. Maybe you're texting a lot more, maybe there's someone that you're working with that you just get in great conversations with, but just be aware that it could be very distracting from any goals you might have for yourself. As Mercury moves into your 7th house, again, you know, compromise is going to be emphasized, and really being open with your communication can help you strengthen any relationships that you might be having issues with, or just relationships that aren't as strong as they can be yet. This is a good time to just be open-minded and be, you know, willing to communicate with others to express what you want and understand what they want, and just being able to, you know, bring your relationships to the next level. You might find yourself like making pros and cons lists, whether it's mentally or actually writing them down during this time, and you can feel like a little bit indecisive during the 2nd half of the month, and you're having issues just making a solid decision with whatever it is you're trying to make a decision about. You are definitely going to want to cooperate with others during this time. Like, you won't be feeling, you know, defiant. You're going to kind of want to work with other people in a harmonious manner. You might have some issues or really good times with like best friends or any like business partners. You know, it could go either way, but that part of your life will be highlighted, which we already saw. Your sun is going to be highlighting that as well, so relationships are going to be a big focus for you the 2nd half of the month. Just know that you have the power of your own speech, you know, to make things easier with other people. Like, if you're having any issues or arguments, just know that your words are important and they can help you come to, you know, an agreement with another person if you're having difficulties with that. So with Venus, you know, it's going to start off in your 7th house, so again, you know, this is going to show that you might have more attention on a partner, and we already know that that's going to be the 2nd half of the month as well, so there'll be a little focus of it in the 1st half, and it will gradually become more and more highlighted and emphasized. I think throughout most of June, you're going to be more interested in doing one-to-one activities, spending time one-to-one with other people, as opposed to, you know, like big groups or like a lot of social settings. I mean, you're fine with being social, but you'd rather spend some good quality time with people that you're very close to. You know, smoothing out any relationship issues during this time is just going to be making you really happy and feeling more content and, you know, less stressed out. As Venus moves into your 8th during the 2nd half of the month, around the 14th, you know, if you're in a relationship, your partner might receive some kind of a salary increase or more money of some sort, and you're going to be really focused on like your savings financially and, you know, making sure to stay out of debt, or any debt that you have, you might be working on that. I know, it's fun and exciting, right? You might get like a financial boost though, so you might get an increase in your own salary at work, or maybe you just have a little money coming your way for whatever reason. You might make a deep and intimate connection with another person, so if you're single, you know, we already talked about a lot of 7th house activity and now 8th house, so there's going to be some passion and, you know, also the chance for romance and just deepening and strengthening relationships, whether you're already in one or you're single and you're just forming one. This is a really good time for the romance department to really get to know somebody. You know, if you've been in a serious relationship for a while, you might start to really consider taking it to the next step, whether that's like moving in or becoming, you know, having a title like you're girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend, or you talk about getting married, you know, stuff along those lines. Now, Mars for you is going to be in your second house, so you're going to be feeling throughout the whole month, like we said, you are going to be determined and definitely more productive, but you're also going to be feeling pretty stubborn. You're going to want things your way. You know, just try to be as constructive as you can be. You're going to have a lot more energy during this time to make money, so if that's been a focus for you, you're definitely going to be able to put more energy behind that this month. It can be a really resourceful time with Mars in the second house, so you might, you know, find ways to make money or get, like we said earlier, a new job, maybe perhaps a raise, or, you know, maybe you get a summer job if you're, you know, a student, or maybe just get more involved with anything having to do with your finances. You might be trying to prove yourself during this time, like prove that you have the ability, you know, to make money, or that your possessions are important, or, you know, proving that you're worth something. And just don't take it so seriously and feel like you have to prove yourself, but you're gonna want to, but don't feel like I'm letting you know that you might have this desire to want to prove yourself, but it's really not necessary in the long run. Careful of impulse buying during this time. Mars in the second, you just want to be careful that you're not just like dropping money left and right, because that could, you know, come back to bite you negatively later. So there's a few aspects that are important for the month of June. You know, we talked about a lot of your relationships are going to be in a big focus, but around the 14th, or on the 14th, Venus is going to oppose Mars all the way to the 27th. So the second half of the month, you might be trying to be friendly with other people, or like make friends, or like, you know, step up relationships, and you might be finding that it's just not working. You know, you're going to want to like satisfy your romantic natures, your romantic needs and wants, and that might also be a challenge as well, but just keep trying. You know, you're gonna want romance, but it might be at odds with being able to get it. You might just be having difficulty with, you know, a relationship or starting a relationship. And there might be some misunderstandings during this time in the romance department, so just be aware of that. Like, passions are gonna be running high because of Mars, and you know, there might be some jealousy issues, or somebody might make an impulsive decision in a relationship, or, you know, budding relationship. So just be aware of that, and just know that, like, you might even stir up some issues for, you know, trying to create some excitement. So maybe don't do that if it's going to create issues, but that's definitely something there's going to be that influence going on between the 14th and the 27th of June. So that is your horoscope, Capricorn, for the month of June. I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in next month's horoscopes for July, and yeah, as always, have a good day or night.